why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
All right, so Sarah Oliver, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Bad Girls Club, oh motherfucking G. Like, I'm talking about, look, y'all are some real, excuse me, you know it's a term of endearment, bitches. Like, y'all really be going in, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, watching you kind of over the years evolve into who you are now, it's like you've always kind of stayed true to yourself, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen any fakeness from you, anything like that. You recently teamed up with Zeus and Natalie Nunn to film like a Bad Girls Club kind of alumni reunion. You were supposed to do it on OnlyFans, and then next thing you know, you're filming for Zeus. Shit got messed up. Natalie Nunn is supposed to be the producer. We recently had Jada Kakili here, who you just kind of just put me up on game. Like after our interview, she was cut from the entire, I guess, franchise. Like, she wasn't able to film no more after the interview that she did with me, which I thought was a pretty honest and decent interview. Natalie Nunn got pulled like that?
Yeah, they listened to her only because, like, Natalie has no boundaries.
Damn.
So I would say that people are essentially scared of her because she'll just tear you apart if you don't listen to her, which is what she's tried to do to me.
Wow. So tell me, how did you get kind of roped into, before we get into the good stuff, I mean, because you got supposedly explicit videos on, like, Ray J and what went down in that house. Like, it's just so messy. Yeah. Like I told you, my favorite part of this whole just kind of showdown was you actually bringing Natalie Nunn's mom on your page. Like, you created a whole show just for the mom to really lay out the real wine on Natalie and who she is.
Yeah, I just basically had enough. She's been trying to get me canceled, as she would say, for like the longest. And even times when I thought our friendship was good, when I started releasing the chapters after not going to the reunion, comes to find out she's been campaigning against me to everybody. So when I started releasing the chapters, like, oh my God, she told me this about you. She told me, and I knew not to believe it. And it's like, wow, she really hated me our entire friendship. Like, I don't get it.
I just feel like Natalie is just a desperate clout chaser. And this is her only revenue stream, which is mess. Like, there's nothing else to her but allegedly sleeping with other men while she's married and trying to fight at like almost like, how old is she? Like almost 40?
Yeah, she's 30. She'll be 37 in like a couple months.
And that skin, she's aging really fast. Okay, how did you become, like, how did conversations come up about you, I guess, being a part of the alumni, filming OnlyFans on, filming Bad Girls Club on OnlyFans? How did that all come about?
So Natalie called me out the blue because Blueface was doing the Blueface Bad Girls.
I remember that.
Remember he made like a couple million.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous. I'm surprised he came out of it without any lawsuits. What was going on in that house? I said, how are you mixing like drinks for these girls like on camera
and breaking teeth?
Yeah,
and
like I was just like, he had no lawsuits yet. I said he must have some good attorneys. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So she was like, she's big into stalking people's social media. She'll be like, how did they get that car? How did they get that bag? How did they get that house? That's all she does all day long. It's exhausting. So she came across Blueface. She's like, how are we going to let them steal our idea? So she called me and she was like, let's do one for OnlyFans and we can do sexy OnlyFans content. Because at the time, neither her or I had an OnlyFans.
Okay.
It's like, that's a good idea. And then it just kept leading to more and more. She likes attention.
Okay.
So she just told everybody, whoever wants to come, you guys can come.
Okay.
There was 9 girls. 3 of them got booted. It was the twins, the Victor twins, and then Lucci V.
Okay.
Because they were causing chaos in our group chat. So then it ended up being the 6 of us. So we basically moved into the house. The only reason we decided to do episodes Bad Girls Club style is because the twins went online and made a big thing about it. Because originally it was going to be sexy OnlyFans content, but bad girls. So it was just like going down a rabbit hole.
Like an evolution.
Yes.
Like of we're not fighting. We're just basically
it was going to be sexy OnlyFans content. It was the bad bitch reunion. So bad girls doing OnlyFans.
Okay. And that didn't infringe on like any of, I guess, the original Bad Girl stuff that I guess the network had going on. No one had any issues. No old executive producers of the network or anything like that.
So that's interesting because I've thought of this before. No, they didn't care, but because at first we weren't trying to recreate Bad Girls Club, but now I'm thinking it's like Zeus is doing Baddies, which is a play off Bad Girls Club. Yes, they added Sydney Starr, who was never on it. So I don't know if Oxygen cares.
It's kind of like changing the C in McDonald's to a K.
Or putting SEA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm almost wondering if Oxygen is sitting back and saying, like, once they make enough money, we're going to come after them. Or if they just don't care. I have no clue. But nobody reached out to any of us. They didn't say anything. They didn't care.
Did you guys have contracts between each other? Did Natalie, since you guys came up with this idea, did you guys formulate contracts to officiate this new kind of bad bitch reunion, sexy girls, sexy content from the Bad Girls? Was that...
So... Originally, Danny Victor, one of the twins, wanted to do the contract. It was horrible. It was a couple paragraphs. It made no sense. I said, Danny, let me help you. Natalie has stolen money from me in the past.
Oh, wow.
Even though her and I were friends, starting this project, and I was giving her another chance, I still know how she moves. So without telling the girls, because they're messy, they're going to be like, oh, Sarah said this. I had to be like, let me help you with the contract. We don't need this money in Jacob's name because that's originally what it was going to be in.
Okay.
And I ended up doing the contract with my attorney.
Okay.
So
you took money out of your own pocket, did the contract, because it was just kind of like an idea for her. So she was just trying to go in, shoot it. And, I mean, it's not the first time that I've heard of her, taking money. You know what I'm saying, from someone. I'm just curious, how did you guys, even decide to film? Because if somebody steal from me, I can't work with you no more. We're done. There's nothing we can do. So what made you, I guess, kind of put, let bygones be bygones and trust her again?
So it's been so many years, and Natalie is the one that, likes to be the hype on blogs and scandals, and she's got the social media following. So even in the setting, I was like, even when it came later, when girls wanted to kick Natalie out, I'm like, we kind of need her just because she is this. I'm not about to be just in the blogs doing all this crazy nonsense. So I gave her another chance. I thought it was a good idea. So many years had passed. I figured that I guess I should have known.
Only for you to be...
It's been so many years.
Yeah.
Why would you think that she's still, stealing money from girls? I don't get it.
Oh, because...
Just don't change.
Yeah, what is she doing these days? What does she have going on? I personally, I don't really particularly care for Natalie. I think it's all a hype. She strikes me as the type that would really do anything. I'm talking about sell her own child just to be trending on the blogs. And then when you get her trending, oh, I'm going to sue. You know what I'm saying? They kind of hype it up some more. So, nevertheless, so what was your experience? I guess overall experience with everything, working with Zeus, being introduced, and because Zeus just it seems like you guys had a good thing going, you did it right, and then somehow Zeus enters the picture.
Yeah, so that's actually really messed up how it happened because we were on track and making more money on OnlyFans than we ended up making with Zeus, and Natalie saw that later on. But this is the thing. So not only was she stealing money by doing endorsements or having us go to a club, and then everybody's got to post this flyer, and I saw right through it. I'm like, bitch, you getting paid for us to be here. I already know what's happening, So she's the type of person, if we could all make $20,000 a piece by coming together for the weekend and doing this, and all 6 of us make 20 each, or go to Zeus and she make 15,000 and everybody else make 10. She's going to go to Zeus because she wants to feel like she's in charge and she's making more money, even if she's taking less money. So she cut side deals and sold our project just so she could be in charge, which, of course, she was an EP on Baddies for bringing the show.
She could do that? She actually... I'm surprised, you didn't sue her.
So it just would have been too much of a headache. And then you have to go to their state. I would have to go to LA, try to sue her, because technically in the contract, her selling the show to them goes against our OnlyFans contract, which none of the other girls care about that. They're just mad that I released a book online. So it's crazy. It's bitch has been selling merchandise.
I should have had that book for this interview. We're gonna have to do a part 2 just on the book. Like, yeah. So how'd you get connected to Ray J?
So Ray J always hosted our All-Star Battle shows. So that was Bad Girls All-Star Battle.
Okay.
And that's how I originally met him.
Okay.
When we went to LA to watch The Conversation, Ray J owns The Conversation, like that's his show.
Yeah.
So he invited us to come to this house he was renting. He was doing a music video. I don't think they ever released it. It was some other little rapper, Hands Down My Pants or something.
What? Sound like some Soldier Boy gonna say, yes.
So yeah, we went there and I mean, we just hung out that night, but it was a whole group of us and we were filming content.
Okay. And so that's, I guess he just, was he? Now, I know him and Princess were going through some issues at the time, okay? How was Ray J's behavior when you met him that night? Was he professional or?
I mean, he was cool. It's hard to say. Like, it's
Okay.
5 a.m. and people are drinking and hanging out, and it's just people everywhere. And
Because there were
people partying and
videos
filming.
popping up of
Yeah.
him, like, kind of laying on chests and boobs and stuff. And yeah, like, that didn't throw you off? Like, he's married and he's up at 5 a.m. and...
Okay. Ray J's always just been kind of cool. Like he's just a cool guy. He just be chilling.
Yeah.
But he did say that he filed for divorce. And I even joked with him. I'm like, Ray J, you've been talking about divorce for a long time.
Right.
He goes, no, the difference is I filed the papers, not the other way around. So we are getting a divorce. And I was like, okay, cool. So that was pretty much that.
Okay. Now, you do, Lil Bird told me that you did have some rather explicit content involving Ray J that you plan on releasing.
It's going to be a special in this book. It's going to be the ending to this book.
Can you give us like a picture of like kind of what it involves? Like you ain't got to tell us, in detail, but like is Ray J like, is he, I can't, what is he doing? What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Yeah, what can we expect to
Let's
see?
just say that there's a
I don't think he
shower
Oh.
and a razor involved.
A razor?
A shower and a
Was
razor.
he shaving himself?
You'll see it
Or
in my
shaving
book.
somebody else?
I mean, what do you do with a razor and a shower? You just gotta wait and see. It's really good.
You gonna come back for a part 2 on the book?
Yeah, we'll come
Because I'm
back.
gonna read it, and then of course you didn't bring any copies with you today, did you?
No, so the book is actually not a printed. It's more
It's
it's video. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so almost like how even my friend, he jokes with me. He was like, Sarah, the new 50 Cent, it never ends. Because, Power is story books.
Right.
Book 1, book 2. So this book goes back in time. It's OnlyFans before what led to Zeus and what led to The Conversation.
Okay.
So it's all video.
Okay. Now, I do know, like, Ray J, of course, he has a bit of a past. I believe, like, Whack 100 just came and said there are more tapes on him and Kim K. You know what I'm saying? So it's not shocking to know, okay, Ray J's on tape. And I'm like, what is he doing to the point where people are able to kind of get him in these intimate moments where it should just be him and another person? But it's like, you got kids now. You know what I'm saying? You got a wife at home you ain't divorced from. And yet people are still able to capture you in these states. Like, in these, like, what, I don't know. But in that house, let's go back to Zeus entering the house, because you guys actually came to Atlanta, right, to film, I guess, your OnlyFans, and then Zeus was invited, and that's kind of how, I think everything just kind of went downhill. Were producers, because, Jada kind of talked about this on my show, were there producers from Zeus having inappropriate relationships with some of the cast?
So I do know that
Gotta tell you a little bit about my collection page with Scentbird. Y'all know that I've had that for about 2 years. Scentbird is a dedicated sponsor here, and they always are trying to hook us up with designer brands. Now, if you're not familiar with Scentbird, it's an online subscription service that allows you to order 2 to 3 fragrances per month, okay? For less than $16, all right? And you can order that using my collection page below, and I got a little discount code, TashaK30, okay? Now, I have a whole spread here, and I'm just going to walk you through some of the things that you will get, okay? Because you're going to get Tom Ford, you're going to get your Gucci, you're going to get your Prada fragrances, and these are not samples, guys, okay? These are actually, I don't like to call them a 30-day supply at all, although that's what they technically have to say. These are more so because you have so much. Who wears more than 2 sprays when they're putting on perfume? Not me, okay? I'm not trying to walk in smelling like I'm a pimp or anything like that, okay? Now, I have 5 fragrances here. All from designer brands, all complimentary from Scentbird, okay? And I'm just gonna walk you through what we have today, all right? We have the Amazing Grace, okay? Now, when you pull it out, it does come in this little velvet bag. It's really nice, okay? I would suggest once you become a member, you keep these canisters, okay? Because when you sign up, yes, you're gonna get canisters like this, but then as you progress, okay, and you continue your subscription service for less than $16 a month, that's not bad, y'all, because colognes and perfumes and stuff can cost upwards to $250, $300. I got one for my husband last year. That was a $500 bottle. I had to get it. Scentbird didn't have that particular one, but I did email them to get it, so I don't have to ever pay that type of price again, okay? So it comes like this, right? In this little cute little vial, just kind of pull it out just in case you're not sure. And I'm going to pull this out and you'll be able to see exactly what it is, okay? Now, I believe this has over 160 or 30 sprays or something like that. Don't get me to line. This is the Philosophy Amazing Grace, okay? Now, we're going to smell it, okay? Let me see. Woo! Looking like I'm working at Macy's, you know what I'm saying? I got on my black. Let me see. Oh, that's real nice. Okay. Oh, okay. If I went down there to... This is a nice little church perfume here. It's very subtle. Everybody ain't gonna smell you in the front and the back. It's very light, okay? And you smell some bergamot, some rose. I do smell the rose heavy, okay? The orange blossom, and it's a little bit of a musk, okay? That musk is giving me my grandmother, my grandma, okay, on Sundays, all right? This is for grown women, not little girls, all right? Now let's go ahead and move on to the next fragrance, all right? Now listen. When you guys order using my collection page for your first month subscription, okay, you use the code TashaK30, you're going to get 30% off, okay? 30% of $16. Do the math. I ain't got time. I've been drinking, okay? Up next is the Rebecca Mink Off Blush, okay? Let me go ahead and pull it out, this cute little vial. It says here, okay, that the blush radiates soft, a dreamlike essence celebrating womanhood, okay? And this also has a little bit of bergamot, juicy Italian mandarin, and wild black currants. Brightens this scent with a fresh prism of color. It sounds like I'm about to taste a bottle of wine. Okay, let me go ahead and smell this. Hold on, let me see. My Macy outfit on. You know how you do this and you can let them, you know when you're in Macy's, you go like this. You know what I'm saying? You go like this and you, oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wear this now. That's nice. Now we have the Good Habit, all right? This one comes in a nice little green vial. Like I said, keep your vials. It's gonna tell you exactly what it says here. And I like that these are hyperallergenic, so you ain't gonna be sneezing everywhere because I'm allergic to everything. Lord knows I am, okay? We're supposed to be smelling, again, there's a lot of bergamot here, okay? Some black concurrent berries, some freesia. I hope I said that right. Rose pepper, so I imagine I'm gonna get a little kick to it, and some white amber. So let's see, okay? Let me see. We're in Bloomingdale's right now. Bloomingdale's, okay? Let's see what they got. Hi, my name's Rachel from Bloomingdale's. Would you like to sample our perfume? Okay. Oh, yeah, this is a nice one, too. I don't want to mix them. And you get everything, okay? And it's light. It says it on the card. And you're going to get these little cards, too. When you order, okay, from my collection page using the coupon code TashaK30, you will get a card. You will get, your 30-day supply. But like I said, these last I'm talking about, I have some that have lasted 2 years. They don't expire, okay? 2 years, I've given them away as Christmas gifts, okay? As gifts. You know, the holidays is coming up. You know, we in a pandemic, money tight, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save a little bit of money. And last but not least, okay? We have, this one came in a little purple vial, okay? It's beautiful, okay? Scents of Wood by Sandalwood and Oak, okay? And I take it I'm gonna get some oak, as well as, sandalwood, some burnt sugar, smoked sage, okay? I don't know how to say the gakia wood and vanilla, okay? But it does say on the card when you get it, some of these will be kind of, an open card, depending on, how detail the actual brand is. That has kind of got a sub brand with Scentbird. That's why I like to call them the cologne and perfume fragrance hub of the internet. This says on the card, scents of wood, sandalwood and oak, a smoldering haze of sacred sage and smoky gakakaya wood. I don't know if I said that right. Transcend the purity of sandalwood for a mystical voyage of the senses, barrel-aged in American oak. Okay, now let me go. So we in Nordstrom's now. We in Nordstrom's. Hold on, let's see. Nordstrom, they gonna hit you over the head. They're gonna bust you over the head with these prices, but not Scentbird. Okay, on my collection page, Tasha K30. Hold on. Oh, that's rich. That's rich. Oh yeah, that's rich. Okay. Smells like I'm downtown in Atlas having a business meeting, and they're like, what is that? None of your business, okay? You don't want nobody to know you got on $16 worth of cologne and perfume. And this is for the men too, ladies, okay? Don't even think that it's just for you, because I know we like to be selfish, but you can order for anybody. And I like to give these to my daughter as well. She's a teenager. They're going through all types of things through puberty. So why not take advantage of it, save your money, and support a sister, okay? Because Scentbird supports us here. And all they're trying to do is give us a little deal. Now, take advantage of everything that I've just offered. Remember, okay? My coupon code is below, Tasha K30, for 30% off. Not 10%, not 20%, 30% off. Make sure you browse that collection page, all right? Below, we're going to link that. And yeah, thank you to Scentbird. Now, let's get back into this content, all right? Let's go.
I mean, I feel like, and I don't want to say this because it just sounds whatever,
you
but
good,
Natalie
you good.
is literally the culprit behind a lot of things. And
What do you mean the culprit? Like, explain in detail. Like,
I mean, she's known for cheating on her husband, and
so she was messing with
I don't know who she was messing with.
I'm not gonna
but
put his
she
name
was
out on
definitely, she was definitely doing something with a male or a female at the network to get our show. Just leave it at that.
Like she was sleeping with both a man and a woman.
I'm just saying there was something going on for them to come and do our show.
But you would think Zeus, like, you guys are like the OG bad girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it wouldn't like for her to have to do, let's say, allegedly extra favors to get a show. It doesn't make sense because you guys would have sold anyway.
We would have sold anyways. Our numbers were crazy on OnlyFans, but that's just her personality. Yeah. I mean, she does it when it's unneeded. You know what I mean? Like, I get if it's, but I just think that she likes living like that. Like she just, I think
it's a spirit.
It's the sex, the alcohol, the hype, the blogs, like that's just what she's consumed in.
Yeah. Now, is it true you guys were all offered like $2,000 like from Zeus after all that filming that you guys had done?
In the pilot? We weren't offered any money. And see, I actually had an issue with that too, but at the same time, I understand where they're coming from because they came to film a pilot. She tells them one thing, and then if she doesn't negotiate anything, then what is there to talk about? Why are they just going to like throw out free money? So I get why they didn't offer anything because of how she had it set up. But at one point I was like, okay, they're filming a pilot. It should have only taken a day. Now they're here every day, and we're paying for this house. We're paying for everything here. Why is there no budget? Because when we did the conversation on the last day, they had like an amazing house, a big-ass mansion, and I'm like, y'all couldn't have given this, you know what I mean? Like, did something for us, but keep in mind, Natalie never negotiated that. And I feel she's the type of person that kind of just does things, tries to switch things up, and then doesn't really, I don't know. I negotiate first before anything. So I think that's just what led us down the wrong path. But no, we weren't offered any money.
Now, what happened during the conversation? Were you guys offered? I mean, I'm sure because Ray J was behind that. I mean, were you guys offered $2,000 to do that?
Where did you get this $2,000 from?
Girl, your manager.
No, we actually, because I actually got.
I'm like, yo, you look.
I went online. It's actually worse than that. So
It's worse than that.
yeah, that's why I'm like, where did you get $2,000?
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
Okay, no, so
your manager told me the girls were offered $2,000 for their reunion appearance. Well, that's the reunion.
that's
okay,
the
that's
reunion.
the reunion. Okay.
okay, so no, actually,
I thought I had it mixed up with the conversation, but
I got really mad at that time because, so Natalie put us in a situation where, and Jada called them out on it in the house, and this is also in my book where you get to hear the full story about it. So Natalie said, on our last day, let's go film the conversation, and then of course we're going to get the show with Zeus, and Tanisha doesn't want to come and film it. And at the time, they were both supposed to get 5 and 5. So that would have been $10,000 total. Well, when they asked us to do it, Natalie was like, yeah, we're all getting $1,000. Do you guys want to do it? And I said, I don't really think this is a great idea because we already paid for this house. It's the last day of content. We can make more than $1,000 being in this house, filming our own content and finishing our OnlyFans show. She kept pushing it and pushing it. Later comes to find out, because Jada said, well, why are we not at least getting 2 apiece? Because that would be the 10 you and Tanisha were going to get. Well, because Natalie kept 5 and she gave us other 5 girls $1,000 apiece of the $10,000 talent budget for the conversation. So Natalie, of course, lied to us. We agreed to it. And then later on, she goes online to make us look bad, saying, oh, these girls think that they deserve to be paid as much as me, and they don't deserve as much as me. They want me to give them my money. I'm like, bitch, it's not about you giving. You took time from our project. You lied and said we're all getting paid the same while you kept 5 and gave us 1 apiece. So it was just another way for her basically to steal money from the group.
I mean, how was she able to kind of do this? Like, is she...
That's what I'm saying. I
would
feel
have
that
hit her ass with paperwork so fucking fast. Like,
well, we found out after. We found out 2 weeks after we filmed and we came home. And then we found out because they started talking about contracts, you know? So it took us a minute to find out. Like, Natalie's good at lying, speaking in short, and manipulating situations.
It's sad that you guys had something really good going. And for her to just come in to just ruin it just for a few grand, like $5K, and you guys had the potential of making hundreds of thousands, if not at least a couple million online just with the reunion alone.
Yeah, we made a lot of money in 2 short months without having real content. And
imagine if you would have had real content or developed, you know, what you guys had into like a reality show, you know, like a off-spin of an actual like reality show that's going to be on TV, not none of these like streaming networks or anything like that, but something that wouldn't go, I guess, or infringe on the contract that Oxygen had with you guys. You guys could have really just kind of evolved from there to see her just kind of, you know, really just kind of destroy everything that you guys had going on for it. Because I want to keep an extra $3,000.
Yeah. And then
like that's crazy.
What's crazy too is that just, I don't know, it's just, when we did OnlyFans, we even spoke to Zeus that, well, we're going to do OnlyFans, and then we'll do Zeus, and then we'll promote it. So on OnlyFans, they'll know Zeus is around. We're about to do a show on Zeus. When we do Zeus, we can talk about our OnlyFans project, and then we were going to do it every few months. You know what I mean? And it would have been even more money, and we could have done both of them.
Yeah, now everything is just...
Yeah, now it's just, all of it is a mess.
Now, I do know, and you know, I said I wasn't going to say no names. Was Natalie fucking Daryl?
I don't know.
Did you hear that too?
You hear a lot of things. Natalie is a cheater. Natalie sleeps around, but personally, I really like Daryl, and he's a really good guy.
Okay.
And he's probably one of the most level-headed at that network.
So you don't think it's within his character to hit somebody like Natalie who don't wash her face?
Right, I would
Wash her
hope not.
makeup off her
I
face.
think
That's why she got them craters in her face. Like, you think he
Yeah.
has standards?
I think he has standards, and I think he's way better than her.
Let's talk about, I guess, what happened because your manager, he spilled some wine. He did. I mean, he gave me a whole rundown of stuff that's catching you off guard. Every time I ask you, you like, well, it seems like you're going to have words with him after this interview. Like, why did you?
Chris, what the fuck is it?
Look, he was like, get her. Now, he said the owner of Zeus and the producers harassed you for weeks, okay? Prior to, like, including reporting your accounts, threatening you, and having Natalie harass her. So do you feel like the owners, which would be very unprofessional for an up-and-coming black streaming network who's got a good thing going, a lot of connections, to harass cast, do you feel like that's what was going on?
I feel Natalie puts people in bad situations, and I feel like I was put in a lot of situations because of her. So she would say something, like, say, for instance, an exact example. She attacked me online 3 different occasions. One, she even she photoshopped a bald spot in the back of my head. And then 2 things that she did shady. She said the hair company that I work for makes your hair fall out. So she was trying to sabotage my business. Yeah, that was what. But then what was even more, she was like, yeah, and then she tried to throw shade at the same time to hype up sales for the show. She goes, yeah, Sarah's been going bald before Seven ripped her hair out. So she was throwing shade 2 ways and trying to tear down my business. So she attacked me in 3 different ways. She said that I stole her purse. I was in Miami at a big car rally, and she had the purse 2 days later. So she made up 3 lies, and then when I finally responded, she tried to flip it and say all these things and act like I was coming for her. And then the network reached out to me. They're like, Sarah, you can't disrespect an EP, you can't this and that, or we're going to have to pull your producer credit and everything from the show. And I'm like, wait, this bitch just did this, this, and this. He was like, well, when it happens, like, send it to me. And I'm like, for one, it's already too late at that point. And secondly, you don't have her under control. And then it would put me in a bad situation. And it kept happening over and over. Do I felt like they wanted to do that? No, but she kept putting them in a bad situation. And then because...
So basically just running, mommy, she'll come up with you, you know what I'm saying, come push you, take your stuff. Mommy, Sarah hit me. And then, without, you're the oldest, she's the youngest.
Yeah.
Okay, so mom comes to you and says, why are you hitting her? And you're like, I didn't hit her. She's young, won't even listen to your reasoning. Do you think that's kind of how it came off?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
So I was put in very compromising situations, and I feel like if I worked with a network without her, I wouldn't have issues.
Yeah.
So it was just a horrible situation to be in, and she has a long-term relationship with them. Like, she's known Daryl since, I think, high school. She met, Daryl and Lemmy been best friends for a long time, so she's known him for a while. She's been to their house.
I guess that's why she didn't deny not sleeping with him. I mean, if she's known him since high school. And I mean, I really hated to kind of put Daryl on blast on Instagram like that, but I was just like, that's gross. That's really gross. But okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like that's why.
Okay.
If the situation was different and I was working with them not on the project with her, I feel like it would have went a completely different way.
Okay.
But because of her and self-sabotaging and trying to tear everything down, I mean...
Do you feel like she was jealous of you?
Yeah, she's jealous of a lot of people. She's jealous of almost everybody. Like, I don't understand it.
Really?
I mean, I remember when Shannon from OnlyFans got a Bentley, she's like, how did she get that Bentley? Oh my God, what did she do, Sarah? And I'm just like, why does it matter? Like, why do you care? She's so consumed in everybody's life. Like, when I was friends with her back in the day, she was obsessed with Amber Rose and Black China, and she wanted us to be like them. I'm like, I don't get it.
I mean, you put her on. I have never seen anybody shut her down the way that you did online. I don't think she'll ever be able to recover from that. Like, like I told you, I was supposed to sit down with her mom. Well, yeah, her stepmother, who was married to her father for a very long time and helped to raise Natalie.
I think it was like 28 years.
28 years. So this is not just anybody just talking like, oh, I was just there 5 years. No, 28 years. Like, she knows Natalie, okay? She knows the discharge that was in her underwear. Like, she found it washing her clothes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I after, you did the conversation, and I did see you, the fights and stuff that you got into. And I hate to really see that. Like, I'm not a stickler. Like, when I see people fight, it don't make me, it doesn't excite me. It's like, damn, like, why can't, everybody's adults. Why can't we just have a conversation? We can argue our asses down, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to put my hands on you. And I did see, what happened or whatever. Like, did you, after you guys did get everything together and you finally, sat down and you recorded the conversation and you're there, did you feel as if this is the direction you really wanted to go? Back arguing and fighting and fussing like you were, in previous seasons with Oxygen. Did you feel like there was any growth or anything like that, or?
It was so, and actually Chris jokes with me and he says this, it's like the whole situation was cute for COVID.
Yeah.
Because it's like nothing was happening. I was doing the hair and skincare business.
Yeah, you guys did have it popping on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. And then I had just gone through a breakup. So I feel at the moment it gave me something to do and it created social media hype. Okay. But if things weren't happening the way they were, then it definitely would have been backtracking. And also, if I would have went to the Baddies reunion and what would have happened, and of course, you guys, there was no fight on the show. If I went, there 100% would have been a fight. Yeah. People always want to fight with me.
Why?
And
you seem so nice.
I'm literally like the nicest person, but I'm always in situations where things are twisted.
Do you feel like they bully you?
So, yeah, I don't really like to use that word because I don't play victim ever. Yeah. Because I will stand up and fight a whole house. Like, I've done it more than once. But the more I see it, yeah, they do.
Yeah. And that's not, like, you're not a victim by saying that. Like, bullying is like no one asked to be bullied. Kids go through this all the time. And it's like, do you call your kid a victim because they're being bullied by, an insecure ass, ugly kid that's kind of jealous or whatever? Like, no, that's like, you're this is what you're doing. So I'm not going to, I guess, reduce myself down. But I don't think it makes you a victim at all. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it is really what it is. It's like, they need a pawn, and I felt like you were the pawn.
I'm an easy target. Yeah, just for multiple reasons. So my first show, they were mad about my body and that I had money. And then, me coming with all the suitcases, that made them more mad. And then even on this show, like, I guess just the way I dress, even the way I carry myself. Because when we were in L.A., the whole situation with Rocky, she's like, well, why do all the guys, like, want to be with you and not me? And I'm like, well, the difference is I'm not, like, dancing on the floor. I'm fully clothed in my dress. Like, I will joke. I will flirt. Men and women I'll, like, joke and flirt with. But I don't, like, go there with them, So it's, like, a challenge for them. So I just feel like the way I've always carried myself, from looks to behavior, and the fact that fans always like me because I was real, and I don't have to create storylines.
Yeah, and you're not childish. I do want to say that. I've watched you. I kind of know you're not childish, and that's a big thing. Men like women, and women like grown women. They don't like you said, trash dancing on the floor. Like, who wants that? Or girls not, taking care of their skin and washing their face and
people have always
and got holes in their face and. Kind of naughty, nappy wigs and stuff. Like,
those wigs be taking like 4 hours to put on. I'd be so annoyed because I got to sit all day to wait for her to get ready. It's so
aggravating. Those nappy ass wigs take.
No, like 3 to 4 hours every single day. Hair and makeup for her takes 3 to 4 hours.
And she still
Gets her wig snatched.
look like... Oh, and she be coming out there looking like a bag of shit. I'm like, girl, like, I don't know why every time I see her, she looks like she just rolled out of bed. And I'm like, it took 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah. And see, I wouldn't mind if it wasn't her rushing everybody and then we're all sitting around waiting on her all day long.
Yeah.
It's like you'll get ready and then you sit there for 5 hours to wait on Natalie. Everything's pushed back. She's rude to everybody. By that time, your makeup looks crazy because you've been sitting there all day and she got you stressed out. And that's how every single day was. Every day.
What the? Not on my production time or money. It's just not going to happen. But Zeus and them are very different from how I roll. Now, let's talk about, you bringing her mom onto your platform to shut her down. Like, how did that conversation, get started? What made you think had you met her mom before in the past and you just kind of remember? Did she reach out to you? What?
You don't understand. I don't put people on blast. I know a lot of things. I'm very honest, but I also don't say a lot of things. So when I started releasing these chapters, you don't understand how many people reached out to me.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out she was even more fucked up than I even knew. And I got a long message from the stepmom. And I'm like, who is this person? But she knew so many things. And I was like, send me photos. And then the lady sent me 25 photos from childhood to college. And I'm like, okay, this lady
really
real.
Be in the DM, for real.
And she really just wanted to get her story out because she felt mistreated over the years. And I understood exactly where she was coming from. And she apparently had followed me because, of course, she follows Natalie. She follows the brother. And she was like, I love your DIY. I love when you did your stairs.
Yeah.
And it's funny that I'm talking about stairs. Natalie just redid her whole house to look like mine. I blasted her online and I said, you're always in the living room doing whatever and you're dissing my house. And now she's redoing her whole house to look like my house. I'm like, I said, show us your house. And here it is a month later and she's redoing it. But yeah, so the stepmom, she reached out to me and she talked for hours. I cut the interview really short when I put it online because I left a lot of things out, still to protect Natalie.
Well, why?
Yeah.
Why?
So
after all the money she done stole.
Yeah.
You getting in fights, your accounts and shit getting reported. Why don't you just give it to me?
No, I'm still a good person.
I'm gonna have to bring this lady on and sit and talk to her for 6 hours and just
you gonna have to get that 6 hours in.
We're gonna take some breaks.
Yeah.
We may come back with Natalie's mama. For real. Because, Storm was trying to keep her on track, but she kind of went off into her marriage shit. And it was no, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear, what was her laundry like? Did you do her laundry? Was she
clean?
Did her
panties stink?
Yeah. Was she clean? Did she wash her face when she was, you don't just wake up one day with holes in your face. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm gonna have to bring mom. I'm gonna have to be real petty and bring mom because I know she's gonna be mad when she sees this interview. So I'm just gonna have to, And
I'm surprised you haven't asked me this because people have started to ask me since Baddie's ATL, and I really honestly don't know the answer. But people believe her skin is so bad because they think she does drugs. I've personally never seen her do drugs. But the behavior, the mood swings, the manipulation, the skin, it would make sense if that was the case. I honestly don't know.
So you thinking meth? Because meth is the only thing that would age a person.
Yeah.
And just really fry their skin the way it looks. I couldn't imagine. And you know what? You know what's funny? By you saying that it takes her 4 to 5 hours to get ready, I've heard that makeup artists, when people have really kind of textured skin, they call it textured. But,
that's polite texture.
Yeah, that's a polite professional way, but you don't take care of your skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it starts the pores start opening up, you start getting holes. They say it takes a long time to build like to make it smooth
Yeah.
for the camera. So they have to put they have to buy some type of masking agent to put in and kind of hold it there. You know, it's like kind of smooth and then put the makeup on top.
It's almost like the putty you put on wall before you paint it. You got to put it, you got to sand it, and then you paint it.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I wonder that's what's going on for Fortified Wigs, because her wigs look nappy when she comes out. I mean, is she colorist in your opinion?
100%. I don't know if you heard the audio I dropped. She's made comments back in the day on Bad Girls Club. Okay, 10 years ago, she's in her 20s. You can forgive somebody, whatever. Maybe it was shock value. But she still says it to this very day. Like,
So she's pretty comfortable around you guys, just...
So she said it to certain people. When we were in the group chat for OnlyFans, she was talking about
What did she say, just for the
Lucci.
viewers? What did she say?
She just doesn't like dark-skinned women to her are not attractive. She always talks about like, oh, light skin, I've got green eyes, I this, I that. And then it all makes sense after speaking even to the stepmom, because she had all white friends growing up. And even her accent was different. She was kind of like Valley Girl sounding. So that's what gets on my nerves, is that she thinks she's so like street and hood. And I'm like, bitch, you had all white friends. You went to I think a Catholic school.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's why I joked and called her Nunu, because she's literally Nunu from ATL. So
Nunu look a whole lot better though.
I mean, yeah, Nunu does. Nunu fine. She got a little dimple, and good skin.
Nunu look good, yeah. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead.
Wait, what did you ask me? I
said-
started thinking about ATL now.
No. I'm just saying, like, you were just talking about, like, you know, how much of a front, you know, Natalie has put on just for the show, just to kind of sell, you know, views. But her character is what it is. I mean, I kind of feel like she's an attention seeker.
Yeah.
She's extremely codependent. You know,
Oh, extremely codependent.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's very draining and
narcissistic.
Yeah.
You know,
what she is, she'll put off on you. Oh, you were talking about the colorist thing. So so even on the audio that I dropped, because I've heard her say things over and over. I mean, she just talks dirty on a lot of people, like people that are overweight, dark skin.
Wait a minute, ain't she overweight?
Yeah, she facetunes everything. She was actually very upset when we all posted. It was like a fun moment in the baddie's house where we were playing basketball with Zeus. And she was so mad they posted that video.
Why?
I'm like, bitch, because she looked like how she looks in real life, which is very boxy and out of shape. And she pretends to be in shape and have this fitness line when everything's facetuned, and she doesn't look like that. Yeah. She literally facetunes everything. I remember we had a photo a long time ago, and she's like, don't post it yet, let me fix it. And at the time, I didn't know what facetune was. And she is like twice my size, and after the photo was done, her waist was smaller than mine. I'm like, wait, what happened? Like, I didn't even understand what happened.
You know, bitches gonna run into you in the grocery store, right? And they're gonna be like, oh, what? Ooh, are you
I mean, you see her on all of her lives. She's like going crazy, and it's like just, I don't know, like when you don't, it just everything about her is a fraud.
Okay. I mean, I can believe that, and that's why I said I'm gonna bring her mom. I mean, I love having these little drag sessions. You know, sometimes, you know, you just gotta bring the right person to really just fire shots. But you know, out of everything that has kind of gone down, like, you know, I'm really interested in the book. I'm really interested in the videos that you have, you know, of Ray J and stuff like that. I hope that, you know, you don't mind showing them to me, do you? You know, I won't have no phone or nothing. Like, just showing them to me so I can, you know, say, oh, okay.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's on my computer.
Oh damn.
Yeah, they're not on the phone. No, I have it on. I have it backed up on a hard drive. It ain't going nowhere.
He ain't hit you with no cease and desist yet on that shit. I'm surprised.
Wait, nothing even. Well, no, because we were filming content, and he was going to film stuff as well. And then he was on like Wendy, and I don't know. At the moment when all that happened, and we were on his Bigo for like an hour. And we were all like just joking back and forth. And then when I went on live, he knew I was on live. So when he was like, oh, you're on live? And then he even says, oh, live ain't like, our Instagram ain't like Bigo. It ain't like Bigo. it refers back to we were already been on his Bigo for an entire hour. Because some people tried to play it on me like, oh, Sarah was being messy by being on her live. I'm like, I was on my live for like a good 20 minutes before he pops up and then does that little kiss on the neck. So then I guess a couple weeks later, I found out he was doing that couples show. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, you know, I got some tea for you.
Yes, please. That's why we're here.
So when we were filming the OnlyFans in the house, at one point when we were doing group chats, Ray J was going to come and host either like our Halloween, we were going to do some sort of fun competition to kind of bring back the Bad Girls All-Star Battle vibes. So Ray J was going to come into the house. At that moment, in our group chat, and this is the crazy thing because Natalie pretends to be friends with Princess Love, and I've never met her personally, but Natalie tells us in the group, somebody needs to hook up with Ray J. Somebody needs to hook up with him. It's going to be great for ratings. He's going to be here to host this thing. Somebody has to. And then she was like, Sarah, he always flirted with you on Battle.
And call Princess and let her know this coming out before she see it on the show. Yeah, go ahead. But go ahead.
So... because keep in mind, I've never met Princess. Like, she's pretty. I don't know nothing about her. So, Natalie's...
She's really nice and she minds her business.
Yeah, well, then that's good. Yeah, because I don't want to come after somebody who's whatever. I don't want nobody to come after who I'm with. So, I wouldn't want to come after if I know you're with somebody. Like, I just don't do that. I never have. So, she tells somebody to hook up with him, and I said, definitely not me. I was in a relationship that was kind of ending at the time, and I even told the guy that I was seeing, I even said, you know, it's making me nervous to even go in this house. And I gave him a forewarning. And I said, because, you know, we're filming things and I can see where Natalie's mind is going. So I wouldn't even want to walk into my bedroom and then somebody film Ray J walking into another room and it looked like we went into the same room. So my mind had already thought that before because I said, absolutely not. I'm not hooking up with Ray J. I believe it was Jada, Rocky, and maybe one other person that it was like, okay, cool, I'm down to take one for the team. So they were all about it. And that was that. Ray J never came to the house to film. And then all these months go by. Okay, we did the conversation premiere. That's when we hung out. That was that. And then when we did Baddies, I got a call after the show. So at the end, me and Natalie like parted ways. I called her out on her plastic surgery because she's always dissing girls. I was over our friendship. And I was told through a person that's very trustworthy that the entire time on Baddies, Natalie was trying to get Princess on the show to come fight me because of the little Ray J TMZ thing that happened previously. And she was my friend at the time. So it's like, wait, you tell everybody, somebody hook up with Ray J. I say no. And then the little thing happens. And then now you're trying to have her come fight me. It just makes no sense. And then she claims that that's her friend. I'm like, that's not.
And you talking
like,
about
you don't
like
do that to
Ray
friends.
J was like, it looked like you guys were like flirting or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's Ray J. Like, that's what
right.
he does. That's what he does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Ray J wants this, I mean, I don't think he's ever hidden smashing or doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So, do you have, you still have the group text from that?
From the...
Yeah, when she says, hey,
I'm sure I do. I would have to
Ray
search
J.
for it. It was in our Instagram group chat, and it...
Get it before this interview go out, because, you know, bitch gonna be like, let me try to delete it.
Yeah, when is this interview coming out? Because I probably can't find
We'll probably get it out, I want to say next week.
it. Okay, yeah, that'll give me plenty of time to find it.
Okay, perfect.
Because, yeah, it has to... I doubt she... One time when I got in an argument with her, it was funny because she was going off sending me back-to-back messages. My friend and I were, like, watching it just come across the screen. And as messages were coming in, it kept saying, unsend. You know how message unsend?
Yeah.
So I was thinking that the... like 20 new messages that she sent me back to back because she'll have a whole damn conversation with herself. I thought she like realized what she was doing and unsent them. And then finally when I opened it, because we were just laughing, we were having dinner and laughing, she had went through our thread and deleted some old shit. I'm like, bitch, you already caught. Like, there ain't nothing for you to delete. I already got your ass.
Damn. Now, so besides the book, what else do you have going on?
So... I'm just so glad that this book is over. It was a lot from just even doing it, watching it back, having to edit it, relive it, post it. The girls kept reporting my OnlyFans. It got taken down. Online wars started happening. Like, they were trying to, like, sue me. And then, of course, they posted my home address. It was, like, crazy. So I now want to focus more so on fitness. I started back acting classes yesterday.
Okay.
I already did new headshots a few months ago.
Okay.
I'm pitching a show with the guy that I'm dating now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just have I have my hand in, like, a lot of different places.
Okay, that's good.
So, yeah.
And aesthetics too, right? No?
So I did hair and skincare for a while, and I still do it. It's just very time consuming.
Then why you ain't help your friend? Why you ain't help your ex-friend out, Natalie? Why you ain't give her some tips on how to keep her skin smooth?
I mean, she broke. She don't want to buy the skincare.
Oh my God. So maybe, it may be some truth to her being on that shit then. Because, like, why is it that you're supposed to be, like, a household name and a supposed brand, but you don't want to take the money I mean, my facials start at $250. You know what I'm saying? Like, it costs money to keep your skin together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, body, skin, everything.
Yeah.
It takes
Like I said, I
time
want
and
your
discipline.
stomach though. You know what I'm saying? I need that stomach. I got this roll down here from 2 kids and shit. So.
Oh, I also do influencer stuff for Goals Plastic Surgery, which is in Atlanta. So I do a lot of, like, little things.
You ain't heard about the controversy behind Goals though?
I did.
There's some girls coming out saying they got botched and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so Judy just had surgery with them.
Okay.
The thing is, and I told Judy beforehand, I said, if you don't listen to what they tell you to do, of course you can probably be botched. It could either be your personal genetics, but also were you drinking and smoking 2 weeks before like they told you not to? Did you come in and get your drainage, which is what evened you out? Did you get your massages? So when people say things like that, if they were really just completely botching people, I feel like they would have been closed down. Okay. So I feel that these are people that aren't doing what they're supposed to do. They'll be at the club 2 days later because, like, ooh, my new body. Like, bitch, you're drinking, you're out. Like, what are you doing?
It is so irritating just to see somebody wide. Like, I'm going to throw it out there. Hazel E. Her situation kind of just, I'm like, girl, you haven't lost enough weight. Then you fly so far away from home, and then you're having complications because you didn't think, like, the more weight you carry, the more risk you are, like, on the table, you know what I'm saying? And so now, like, you're having life-threatening issues. I just wish some people would think, and those girls, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I'm just saying from what I saw, they looked a bit heavier than normal trying to get these bodies, and it's like, but your body is like, you haven't detoxed. You haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like you got to do certain things. You got to meet the doctor halfway. He can't meet you the whole way. He's not God. He's not, you know, a miracle worker. Yeah, like.
See, I told Judy, and I was very proud of her because beforehand I said, Judy, absolutely don't drink.
Was this her first time having surgery?
She had like some like a little face stuff done
but
back
not
in the
on
day,
her,
never had her body done.
Okay.
And I told her, I explained the same thing to her because she even saw the things on the shade room. She's like, oh my God, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, Judy, put this in perspective. People don't this and that. And Judy had her surgery on a Saturday. I took her home from her surgery and I sat with her all day. But she was supposed to be on a flight to Michigan that Friday to do a club hosting. I said, absolutely not, Judy. She's like, yeah, but it's like 6 days away. They said I'll be good. I said, so you're going to sit on a plane for all those hours, which you shouldn't just be sitting directly on your butt.
Yeah.
You're going to go to a hosting, which means that you're going to be drinking. She goes, well, yeah. And then you're going to be around smoke. I said, do you think that's a good idea? And she's like, you're right. I need to cancel, right? I said, absolutely, you need to cancel. Yeah. And she did. She canceled everything for a couple weeks, and she's been taking care of herself.
You need at least, I think, like 3 weeks. Because I know the houses over in Columbia, because, you know, that's where, I go and get little stuff done or whatever. But they don't let the girls go home until, like, at least 2 weeks to get on a plane. Like, they have to be mobile.
Yeah.
They won't discharge you like that.
I mean, that's good because even, like, you think elevation, like I told Judy that, I said you swell up.
Yeah.
So could you imagine your body's trying to heal
Blood pressure,
and drain?
all that
and you're swelling?
Yeah.
So, it's the way people take care of themselves.
Okay.
I mean, you think about it. Natalie has had her whole body done, lipo, her butt done, everything, titties. And look how she looks. It's not because, and that's like 3 different people. So what are you going to get mad at all 3 different people? The ass shot people, this plastic surgeon, that one. She just doesn't take care of herself.
Yeah. Damn. Damn. So, well, listen, I don't want to keep you here all day because I'm sure that there's so much we can get into. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap this interview? Thank you so much, too, for sitting with me. I thought none of the bad girls would come back after what happened with Jada.
Oh, I wasn't scared of you. I'm not scared
I was just like, but I didn't do nothing to Jada, though. Jada was just, take it down, I'm like, but you ain't say shit, so.
I mean, I think she's the one that posted my address and said she was going to sue me for this content. I'm like, bitch, you got kicked off Zeus. Natalie, been selling merchandise. She sold our show, and you're not trying to sue Natalie, and now y'all are besties to come after me? Like, what is even happening? Yeah. So, I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you again. You want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes. So, SarahOliver.com. Okay. And then everything is Sarah So Oliver. So Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Sarah So Oliver. My first book is actually on YouTube.
Okay, perfect. And that wraps up. You're the first official guest in our studio space. So
yay!
Yeah, we had to move it out of the house, out of we had sub studios around and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you. I'm honored, and you're a lot of fun.
Thank
really.
you.
Thank you, especially driving in the rain here. So
yeah, it was a journey.
All right, you can look at that camera and say bye.
Bye.
All right.